So, Glee. I gave this show a legitimate chance back when it first came out. And I gave it that chance because it looked unique, and the idea of a musical sitcom was an intriguing idea. Then I kept watching it because it had a few really good moments. Jane Lynch was incredible. Several of the covers were pretty good, and a little bit more personally, my sister had just gone away to college and she started watching it too, and having a weekly show that we could talk about, it felt good and like a connection that we could keep while she was gone. But I completely lost interest just a few episodes into season two, and that was when I officially quit. But the seeds were sown near the end of season one. That is when an episode aired that so bothered me that it soured my interest in the show completely. But it went so far beyond that. This episode has been living rent free in my head for roughly 16 years now. That is season 1, episode 21, Funk. I'm not a huge funk fan or an aficionado, but it's still important to me. As previously and thoroughly established, piano is not my instrument, but for about 19 years now, bass has been. I am nowhere near as good as you would expect someone who says that they've been playing for 19 years to be, but it is my favorite instrument, and I hunt down videos of the true masters of it. The energy of Flea, the mastery of Jocko, the insanity of Claypool, the virtuosity of Berthoud, the genius of Squire, and the frankly Greek godhood of Victor Wooten. And if you play bass, or even if you just love bass, funk is important to you. It transformed how the instrument is played, and it probably impacted one instrument more than any other musical movement has in history. Maybe jazz and the saxophone, but that wasn't as important to the development of the genre as bass was to funk. So you'd think I would have enjoyed a funk episode, right? No, wrong! So very, very wrong, because this episode was written by idiots, and everything that it says about funk is nauseatingly incorrect. I'm going to avoid talking about the episode as a whole because I have to rewatch things while editing, and I would really like to keep that to an absolute minimum. Seriously, I have never once asked you to like and comment for the sake of growing my channel, but I rewatched an episode of Glee for you people. I feel like the world owes me likes and comments right now. So, for those of you who have blocked this show from your memory, and if you require therapy to do so, click away now after liking and subscribing. The show is about a glee club and the drama they undergo in their silly little high school lives. They're trying to win regionals, whatever the heck that is, but there's this one incredible glee club in region, I guess, that blows everyone out of the water every single year. But our leads realize that this group has a weakness. They're all about singing perfectly on pitch and dancing in precisely choreographed coordination. But they're soulless, so they can't do a funk number. Because funk requires soul. Okay, red flag number 1. When people say music has soul, they typically understand that meaning emotionality. Singing, dancing, playing in a way that makes the audience feel what you feel as a performer. There's a guitar solo in a song called Maggot Brain, and reportedly the band leader told the guitarist to play it like your mama died, and by gosh, there is anguish in that guitar solo. I don't really recommend anything else by the group that did that song. Soul cannot be taught if you don't have it. It can be if you do, and that is all about getting out of your own way and just letting yourself express yourself accurately inside of your music. Funk is not known for its emotion other than joy and fun. It is not a soulful genre. One of its parents is soul music, but that's more about instrumentation. And you know what it's not?
Funk is soul meets anger. Its passion is in its emotion.
What the good gosh are you talking about? When the Red Hot Chili Peppers debuted, Flea was the most aggressive funk-style musician the world had ever seen. Flea has specifically said that he intentionally and with malice aforethought merged funk and punk, the angriest of all genres, and even so, No one would describe the Chili Peppers as an angry band. It's not soul meets anger, it's disco meets musicianship.
Let's be honest, when white people try to be funky, you end up with Casey and the Sunshine Band.
KC and the Sunshine Band is accepted as one of the most prominent groups in the world.
What the are you on?
So, following that absolute gem, we have a song that the man who gave us this Bort definition of funk performing what he calls a funk number. The song in question is Tell Me Something Good, which is neither soulful nor angry.
Tell me something good. Tell me that you love me, yeah.
So there's that. The next step in this horrible journey is a girl, I don't want to relearn anyone's name for this, she's the pregnant blonde one, giving her submission for a funk song. She sings it, and the teacher praises her choice as being true funk. The song is This Is a Man's World by James Brown. He was the godfather of soul. Soul. Not funk. I don't think that he would say that any of his songs are funk. Extrapolating further, we've been given the false definition of funk as soul and meets anger. And this is not an angry song. The directors seem to try to make it like an angry feminist song with its pregnant teenager dancers, but the actual point of the song is that men create things. We build, invent, and design skyscrapers and highways and machines and all kinds of things that look super impressive. And even the men that don't do those things, they work in important jobs where they make money and drive the economy. But if you do all of that and you don't have a woman that loves you, it's all pointless and vanity. The song is already a celebration of womanhood, and there is no anger in it whatsoever. So now we have the next submission for a funk song, Good Vibration by Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
It's such a good vibration.
That's right, the girl that mocked Casey and the Sunshine Band went with Mark Wahlberg's group. No, he's not in the episode, he's better than that. They're told,
Great job, guys, but that's not funk. I mean, the group is called Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, but that is a rap song.
it is funk, you absolute morons. It's certainly closer than This Is a Man's World. Funk is up-tempo music to be danced to, usually about dancing, with a driving, often slap-pop bass line with an organ, heavily wad guitar, or both, and choruses that can be easily chanted. That is this song. My gosh! As worked up as I am over this, try telling someone who really likes rap that Good Vibration is your favorite rap song. You will learn about physics because an equal and opposite reaction will be achieved. The episode closes with a funk number that puts the fear of God into the long ago mentioned opposing Glee Club. And what is this angry, soulful song? We want the funk.
We want the funk. Give up the funk.
Neither soulful nor angry. This episode has infuriated me for years. And I'm more mad about it now because I have 16 more years of music knowledge to really ignite that fire. This episode gives an incorrect definition of funk and then doesn't even follow it. Also, again, bass is one of the most important aspects of funk music, and the bass is cranked way down in all of these songs.
This is unacceptable!
I'm too worked up to continue. I'm out of coherent words. I didn't expect to get so worked up over this one. I think it actually made me angrier than Carousel. You'll see me next time if you subscribe.